Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 139 of our Let's Grow annual challenge. We're focusing on mental growth this month, and today's topic is imagination. Now, there tends to be this fall off. We're very creative and imaginative as children. It kind of gets beaten out of us throughout our life by lots of different well-meaning people usually, but sometimes not so well-meaning. And we end up not being as imaginative or creative as we really ought to be in order to live our life to its fullest, to solve problems in creative ways, to look for alternatives, to look and see possibilities. So what are some things that we need to do as we're aging, as we're getting older, as we're growing up, to make sure that we strengthen our imagination and we keep our imaginations alive? I'm going to share 7 ways you can do that and 7 practices you can incorporate into your life to do that. But the whole purpose of it is to increase our creativity, to make us more creative, so we have access to more alternatives than most people do and than we usually do. It expands our cognitive abilities. The purpose of having and activating our imagination is to be more creative, to be more imaginative, to be able to foster a mindset of positivity and possibility as we're going forward in our life. So what are some ways we can do that? Number 1, my friend Abel Beckford would tell you, read widely, read the world, read everything, and be a reader. Readers are leaders. Readers are people that think for themselves because they are exposed to more points of view than just the group that they're surrounded with. Engage in creative writing. Creative writing, writing stories, telling stories is a great way to use our imaginations. I love telling stories, and my stories are terrible to my granddaughters, but I love telling stories because it allows me to tap into a part of my brain that I usually don't activate and use as much as I possibly could. Thirdly, we want to practice mindfulness and visualization. Why? Because mindfulness and visualization are using our imagination to see things how we want them to be. Not necessarily how they've been in the past or how they are right now, but how we want them to be. Visualization is about creating the future that we want. Fourth, we want to engage in artistic pursuits. The arts are incredibly powerful in helping us to activate the other parts of our brain that we don't use in our everyday problem-solving lives. Whatever is of interest to you, whatever medium, whatever way of engaging in the arts, you can go to art galleries, go to museums, you can read art books, read widely, right? There's all kinds of ways to experience art as well as actually participate in it. I'm a firm believer in participating in it. It's really fun. My son-in-law paints with my granddaughter, his oldest daughter, all the time. They're painting different ceramic statues, and they're hilarious, and they're beautiful, and they're amazing, and they're different, and they're fun, and they're creative, and they're imaginative. All of the above. Fifth, we want to solve puzzles and riddles. I don't know about you. I can't see very well, but I love puzzles and riddles because they, again, tap into different parts of my brain and my mind that I might not always be using. Now, they have jokes on and riddles on popsicles, which my granddaughters all love popsicles. And they're not particularly witty, but sometimes they are. And I did get my son-in-law a dad joke book, which I find absolutely positively hilarious because they're so funny and so sappy, but they allow you to use your imagination to think about a turn of phrase. It's one of the reasons I like idioms so much. Sixth, we're going to embrace curiosity. You got to wonder about things in life, what things are, how they work, why they work the way they work, how they could be improved. That's an example of how we can use our imagination, not only to solve our own problems, but to help other people solve their problems as well. And finally, we want to collaborate and brainstorm, right? So often as humans, we get ourselves locked into this belief and this thought that either this or that has to happen. If this happens, then this is going to happen. And it's so not true. There's infinite possibilities and infinite ways for things to go down in our lives. And it's up to us to pick and choose and be open to the possibilities and imagine all the different ways things can happen and our life can work out in our favor, right? So what's our action item today? Our action item today is to try on one of these things or to adopt one of these practices going forward to stimulate and activate our imaginations, or write a story, or hang out with kids. One of my favorite ways to really activate my imagination is to hang out with my granddaughters, because they have all that wonder and curiosity and imagination going for them. Some of the things that come out of their little mouths, you're just like, oh my God, how do you even think of that? How have you been exposed to and put those things together in ideas? It's amazing. So, action item, find a way to use your imagination today, and you can just share in the comments below. Done. I used my imagination. I imagined. You can visualize. You can do some art. You can hang out with kids. Whatever it is for you, do it, and then you can just say done, or you can say what you did in the comments below and share with the rest of us so we can learn from one another. That's it. Have an awesome day. If I can help in any way, ask. Otherwise, I imagine you're going to have an amazing day, and so am I. See you tomorrow. Bye.